Hello everybody, welcome to the next Making Monday Lovable video. Today I just actually came back from my work-ation trip this weekend, and I'm really exhausted and tired, and I just thought like I will just shoot the video now, and that editing it will, or like working on the subtitles will be what I will do today, which is Sunday. But generally I wanted to talk about, first I thought work-life balance, but I don't think I like that word anymore. I would rather like to call it work-life flow, and how that goes for me, how that's working for me, and how it worked in the past. In the past, when I was doing my PhD, I decided very strictly that I'm not going to work on the weekends and I'm not going to work at home. So I never took any paper, for example, publication home to read it. I always did everything in the lab. And I could not imagine myself working from home. Now, since I have my own company and these other, side jobs that I have, I work mainly from home. And that works really well. I enjoy it a lot. And I also work on the weekends sometimes, because I want to. It really depends on the weekend and on the tasks and how I feel like. But the way I balance my work, and now I use the word balance again, the way my work and my life flow into each other basically is very different and very flexible, very flowy, depending on what I want, how I want to do it, where I want to go, what I want to do, and how, like, it really depends on my energy levels and how I feel mostly. So it's a flowy state from work and life, and in a way I also don't really like to separate this, because work is part of my life and part of my life that I actually really enjoy. And that's the tricky thing. Because I enjoy it so much, I have to be careful to not work too much or overwork, because it is still exhausting on a certain level. And I think I find a good way to balance this work life and my private life and what I want to do, the activities that I want to participate in, the friends that I want to meet, things that I want to do for myself. It is in a way a good balance, because it's super flexible. It's not just one way or another and equal, or 50-50. It never is. It is always flowy, depending on the time of the year as well, very much so, depending on the weather as well. And now, for example, on that weekend, I went to what I called a work-ation. I posted about it last Friday. I went from Thursday to today, Sunday, and it was a volunteering position, a volunteering activity at an outdoor village close to 1.5 hours down south to where I live, in a nature reserve. And I've started doing and working there 2 years ago. And then it happened so that I started going there more often for hikes, for runs, a meeting with the friends that I met and that I got to know. And then they organized this spring cleaning, and I knew that some of my friends from the south of Sweden would come. And I also wanted to go then, of course, to meet them and to just help and be there and do outdoor activities which were related to cleaning up the whole space. So actually work. I call it workation because it is work, but it feels like a vacation. It is not my normal work, but it's still work because it's very physical work. So we were carrying things, organizing things, bringing all kinds of outdoor furniture into the outdoor places, trashing things, burning everything as well, sorting, grabbing leaves from the fall. It was extremely awesome and very physical. And then we would still go on hikes together and eat together in the evening, sit at the campfire. I never thought about work, my daily work. And I felt that this workation was more like the part of work-life flow that is called life, because I met with friends and I enjoyed myself a lot, and I could completely disconnect, which I think is very important for me personally, to disconnect, because then I'm able to get back to routines and things that I usually do with a fresh mind. And right now I'm thinking and rethinking new ideas that I have that I will share with you sometime in the future, like maybe the next month or so. So I needed to decouple from everything. And then I know that I'm being more productive afterwards. And I never personally really liked this 8 to 5, this restrictive thinking of being at a place at a certain time for a certain time just because everybody's doing it. I think by now we know there's different ways of working, different situations, different locations one can work, but often it's still this thinking of there's an 8-hour shift you have to basically do. It works for some people, for others it doesn't, and for me it doesn't work because I feel restricted and I feel that stresses me more in my working part of the day or the week than it giving me any type of structure and security. So I think over the years I found I switched from different work-life flows to the next ones, and I found my way to do it. And I think it is important to find your own way to doing it, because like this I'm more happy, more satisfied as well. And I, for example, having my own company, being able to work so freely gives me a lot of freedom. I could easily just say, okay, that Friday I will take that day off and I go there, but I didn't have to ask anybody for permission to do that. But I know that I will then work some other day instead, which is fine, because I took the freedom to decide for myself and how I feel right now. And I actually needed a break. I knew that I was processing a lot and thinking a lot and had a lot on my mind, so I needed this break. And I'm very happy and grateful that I can take these type of decisions myself. I don't have to justify it to anybody. That makes my work-life flow really enjoyable for me. And I think that was it for today. I wanted to share that with you, and feel free to let me know how it is for you, what you like and prefer most. What's your favorite setting? How do you go about that? These are too important, this important topic, because I think it is very important. We live so long, we work so much and for so long. I think it's essential to find your own way of doing it so you enjoy it as long as possible. Okay, thanks a lot for listening, and I wish you a nice Monday and a great week, and see you next week. Bye bye.